Jak się masz? Co słychać? Co tam? Shema. Greetings in Polish, right? My name's Nandis. Let's make something happen. ESL Trailblazer. We're back. Episode 25 Culture lesson this week. No expressions, no phrasal verbs, no idioms. We're going back to what I love, the culture stuff. We're doing greetings. That's why I start with all those Polish greetings for you. Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot. And we got a lot in English too. What's up? Yo. Hey. How's it going? How are you? How you doing? And a few more, which I'll get to in a second. The thing about greetings is they're not so obvious when we're teaching them to a foreigner in another language. There's some culture involved in this, and the culture has an impact on how the greeting is used and when it's appropriate to use it and with who you're talking to, age, formality, informality, etc. So I want to discuss that a little bit from my experience living in different countries, which I've had the pleasure of doing, and the English, specifically, since I'm a teacher. Let's start with how are you? A lot of my Polish students find it strange to say, how are you? It's because in Polish, when you say jak się masz, man, I love jak się masz. It requires a really long response in Polish, okay? Polish people expect like you to sit down and start talking. Family, relationships, work, all the background comes out. It's like a long discussion. You need coffee, you need cake. Get down to business, jak się masz, okay? And in English, my Polish students have expressed frustration at how are you just requires a how are you back, and we're done in English. That's what you do, okay? So, how are you? Fine, thanks, and you? Or, how are you? Thanks, and you? Personally, I don't like the thanks and you response because I feel like you're ignoring the how are you question entirely. But it is acceptable. It is an acceptable answer to say thanks and you. But I always say fine, thanks, and you. And that is the greeting. And what I mean by greeting in this context is that you're not asking how are you and for a long response in English. You're saying hi. That's all, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's how it is, okay? So, how are you? Fine, thanks, and you. That's literally like saying hi in English. Formally, informally, it doesn't matter. You want to recognize someone that you're walking past. You want to quickly greet a person at work. That's how you would do it, okay? The funny thing is about all this is how even if you're an English speaker like myself, when you visit different English-speaking countries, there can also be some confusion with this. Okay, so I'll give you a few examples. So my Polish students, you don't feel left out or you think this is you, or anybody who's watching this video from a different country who might have a similar story with regards to greetings. All right, so when I was in Australia, I came across a greeting that for me was strange. I would be going to work and my teacher colleagues would say to me very often, including my boss, would say to me, how you going? Hey, how you going? I was like, how am I going? I'm going to my desk. I'm going. I'm just going. Nah, I didn't know how to respond because I thought she was literally asking me where I was going, but she wasn't. She was just saying, hey, hi. And what I needed to do in that situation was say, how you going? And walk away and keep going. And that's it. Or say, fine, thanks, and you. That's it. That's Australia, where I was. I also have worked in England, in a specific place called Somerset. And I've come across a real interesting situation there, where I'll be walking down the campus or in the street and I'll see somebody I know and I want to greet them, and my natural instinct is to say, hi, hey, how you doing? Good, thanks. Not in Somerset. In Somerset, they say to you, you alright? You alright? It means, are you alright? Now, where I come from, when you say, are you alright? This is a real question. This is like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. And you? Fine. But this is what was happening to me in England. I'd be walking down the street or on campus and I'd see somebody and I'd say, hey, what's up? Or how are you? And they would say, you're right. And I'd say, fine, thanks. And you? And they've already gone like 2 meters past me. So I'm talking to like the person's back. Because I was trying to answer the question. Mistake. I'm not supposed to answer the question. When you're in Somerset, England, if you ever visit that place, very nice place, this is what you need to do. You're right. You're right. Done. Finished. You're out. Keep walking. Okay, so you're right. You're right. That's the response. That's it. So it's literally for Somerset people, you're right is just saying hi. So I didn't know that when I first went there. And I feel like that's the same scenario for my Polish students when they want to say, how are you? Especially at the beginning. So I'm just sharing those examples because I want to make it clear that it's not only culture between different foreign languages, but it can also be between different English-speaking countries. And that is the essence of the lesson today and what I wanted to share with you. So just remember, be careful about which English-speaking country you're visiting and maybe find out ahead of time what is the greeting or ask so it's clear. Because there could be that little bit of maybe discomfort when you want to answer to the greeting of you're right or how you're going and you want to give a full answer and the person is already past you with their back to you. Okay, so how are you? What's up? Hi, how you doing? How you doing? It's very common informally to say how you doing. Oh, how are ya? How are ya? How are ya? We shorten it. That doesn't mean that the people that are learning English as a foreign language, that doesn't mean that you have to do that. But just be aware of it, okay? Probably it would be better if you just said it normally. How are you? Okay? What's up? Very informal, but that's fine. So, that's all I'm going to share with you today because you can Google all the greetings and find a whole list of them online, I'm sure. I just wanted to share the cultural aspect there. I hope you found that valuable. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. Like I said, that's all I got this week. I look forward to another episode next week. If you like what you hear or what you see, please share it or tell others. This content is important. It's part of language learning. This is a great episode right here about criticizing and praising, also a culture lesson, one of my favorites. And I recommend that you check that one out. Same type of thing here. It's a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you next week. ESL Trailblazer, burn to learn. Let's make something happen. You have a great week. I'll see you later.